Hello, how are you? It's Sal here. Day two of our social selling agent launch. So, if you recall yesterday, real quick, we talked about tech not being a moat and agility and community being a moat, if done right. Today, we're going to talk about, as I mentioned yesterday, the decision when you launch a product, whether to go B2B, which is business to business, or business to government, same kind of category, or business to consumer. This is just selling to everyday human beings like you and me. So back when I was at Karim, for those of you who don't know Karim, it was the first unicorn in the region. And I remember, when the company raised like 500 million and everyone was like, but it's still losing money. And people wonder, you read about that. They're like, how could they be doing billions of dollars and losing, money? And that's because B2C, business to consumer, requires a huge CAC, customer acquisition costs. So you used to, I want to say used to, because there's a pre-AI and pre-AI agents world around B2C, and now there's a whole new world that's happening right before our eyes. So B2C costs tons of money. It's almost impossible. Certainly, I'm talking about tech products to grab a huge market share and do really well in that space if you're not venture backed. Huge spends on advertising, marketing, subsidizing, you name it, in terms of product. B2B, in terms of B2G, is way more strategic, right? You identify your ICP, which is ideal customer profile, the type of company or government you're going after and the problem you're solving for them. And you really kind of hone in on that particular geography, types of companies. The only issue in B2B is velocity to close, right? B2B deals used to, again, there's a pre-AI, used to take, I divided up into two, my filter, ready and interested. I learned this from a really cool guy named Frank. Ready means they have the budget. They know exactly how your product is going to solve a problem for them. They can tell you a year from now with metrics what is going to change for them if this problem is solved. That's ready. And they close the deal anywhere from 30 to 60 days, maybe even up to 90, depending on the size of the deal. And it's the same amount of effort to close a $10 million deal as it is to close a $1 million deal as it is to close a $100,000 deal. So you might as well go for the big guys. Interested means they like the product, what you're offering, but they haven't really thought a budget for it. Maybe this year, you put them kind of on a drip. Anyone who is interested and not ready. Now, in our social selling agent, we launched a product in a really interesting time because, I want to say because also we have community and we have a very engaged, active community. Because we have that, it's almost like we're P2P, person to person. No, I don't even know if that exists, but it's P2P, right? And because our community is of the world's leading executives from the biggest companies in the world, it is a natural extension because what it is, they trust us, they sign up, in terms of the product, and they also happen to be part of that group of the world's biggest companies, C-suites, and above, that they are part of the benefits package for companies. So companies who normally give, I don't know, like mentoring and concierge services, and I'll send you abroad to study and all of those types of things, they also, as an alternative, what if they offered, just like we are doing it to our community members, the ability of senior executives to have social influence? What if you gave them the ability with our tool to have social capital and social influence, which you and I know is the absolute trump card today in this world that we live in? So the decision we made at Gleek is we decided not to silo our B2B and B2C. We're calling it P2P in terms of people. We're not going out. We clearly identified who it is, this very top 10% layer within companies and organizations, their benefits package, as we also deliver it P2P within our community and our ecosystem. I hope I gave you some food for thought today in doing that. And I don't think this would have been possible if we didn't live in this time right now where most of the things that startups were spending tons of money, that was noise in deciding this, do I do B2B, do I do B2C, now can be completely automated, and you can be as niche as possible. Like we're being super niche in our B2B strategy, and it's literally just an extension of our community. Have a great day. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about product market fit and the why of our agent. See you then. Bye.